Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I'm uploading this video, so I hope you enjoy it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the Morphe concealer and concealing and spot concealing any areas that I want some extra coverage. I am using the Morphe Beauty Sponge, and I did damp that before I started to blend that out. By the way, I did all my foundation, color correcting off camera. Now I'm going to be taking the Tape Shape and I'm going to be putting some concealer on certain areas that I want to highlight, bring forth. So I'm just doing that right now. I'm going to be concealing my forehead, and then I will also be concealing my under eyes, and I'll be doing a mixture of the Tarte Shape Tape and the Morphe concealer. I just find that it's a perfect blend because it's brightening, but yet the other color to Morphe kind of tames the color. It's not as bright, so it kind of blends in perfectly. So I'm just doing that right now, and I'll blend out one side and then blend out the other. I'm just using the leftover concealer on my sponge to conceal my eyelids for any discoloration that might be. I also use that as a primer. So now I'm going to be taking some Morphe concealer to contour, putting that on the hollows of my cheeks. I'm actually putting a little bit higher to give that illusion that my cheekbones are higher than what they really are. I am contouring the sides of my forehead. I'm going to blend that out because the product tends to dry really fast. So I'm just blending that out with my sponge, making sure that I'm pushing the product upwards, not downwards. You don't want to have that muddy effect. Then I will be contouring and putting some of that product on my jawline just to give that illusion for a slimmer jawline, which I know we don't have one. Well, at least I don't have one. So just blending that out. Now I'm going to be taking some, I will be applying that on my nose to slim out my nose more. So I'm just going to dot it all over my nose, and then I'm going to take a synthetic brush to blend that out before I use the beauty blender or the sponge, because I find it better that way. I'm able to control the product versus going in with the sponge and just, moving it all over the place. I kind of set it down where I want it to be, and then I'll blend out the edges with my sponge. I'm going to set my face, or just kind of spray with some setting spray and some Urban Decay spray. Let that sit there for a while. Now what I'm going to be doing here is I do like to squeeze out the extra water out of my sponge because I find it better when I set my face with powder So right now I'm using my setting powder, which is a combination of the Ben 9 Banana, the Makeup Revolution Light Banana Powder, and also the Maybelline powder as well. I believe it's in light. So I just mixed those together, and I'm just kind of right now blending out any creases that might be there, and then I'm setting my under eyes with some light powder. Now I'm going to be taking my Tarte bronzer. I'm going to be using this to bronze up the side of my cheeks, like where I put the contour at. I started using this new technique. Well, I know it's not new to you guys, it's probably new to me. Before I would set my face with, like, you know, a foundation powder. I found it to be too cakey, or there was a lot of product. So I started using just the powder over the area, and I find it that it makes it look more natural, less cakey, it lasts longer, you know, and it doesn't feel so heavy. So I'm just setting those areas where we put the contour, the cream contour, warming up the face. Just blending that out, making sure that the areas I put that product on, you know, are blended. I am dusting off the powder, the remaining powder that we set on the highlighted areas, like underneath my eyes. I put very little powder, the loose powder, because I do go in with a pressed banana powder from Tarte. I'm running out, so I do set under the eye, on the chin area, basically everywhere that I kind of already set the powder before. I go back in there and just reset again, just to make sure there's a little bit more brightness to that area. Now I will be taking, I want to say that this is a Makeup Geek contour shade. I'm not too sure on the shade. I've had it for a while, but I need to order a new one. So I'm just contouring those sides, kind of going over where we bronzed, except I'm going in with a thinner brush, so that way it can give it a contrast. Going on the temple areas, and I will go on my jawline to further define that area. Now I will be taking my MAC brushes to further blend out, make sure there are no sharp edges, that everything kind of looks blended together. Because even though there's excess powder, like where I set the banana powder, I kind of like to blend those together, so that way it looks seamless. Now I'm gonna add some blush to the apples of my cheeks. I kind of smile, place it, and then blend. Now I am going to be contouring my nose using that bronzer that we applied for our face. I'm applying it to the nose area. I'm kind of bringing it into the eye socket area so it can further blend, which you'll see in a bit right now. And I'm bringing it in there. Sorry guys, I'm looking for brushes. I just washed them, so it's kind of hard to find them. I'm further blending out the contour so it doesn't look so harsh. I'm going to be taking some of the bronzer again and putting that into the eye so it can kind of blend. give it a little contour in the eye before we start applying the actual eyeshadows that we're going to be using in the video. So I'm just blending that out, I believe, with a Morphe brush. Back and forth, just blending it out. I am taking one of the Jaclyn Hill palettes. I don't recall what name it is, but I'll list it in the description box. I'm taking the orangey brown color, starting to place that into my eye socket, going back and forth first to distribute the product evenly, and then I'll go back in and start to blend that eyeshadow out.